Tara here, coming to you from my home. And boy, it's just a great reminder at how far our family has actually come. I remember getting married almost 8 years ago and just really believing and really praying about this home. I remember I used to be at church and I would actually write on the tithing envelopes what I was believing the Lord to do in terms of my house and my family. I prayed for my future husband. I prayed for my kids. I knew right away that I wanted to be a mom, and I knew that I wanted to get married and live in a home. I had all those girly desires. And this morning was just such a reminder of how good God is. I got to be that mom that I really want to be. And just the reality of the lifestyle that I don't have to bump and grind to a 9 to 5, where I'm making somebody else money and their dreams come true. Instead, I get to be in charge of that. I get to be responsible for that. I get to say what that looks like. And this morning was such a blessing being a mom. I actually got to spend time with our daughter. She had a movie themed lunch at school where she got to dress up and she got to be her favorite character. And she wanted to be Elsa from Frozen. And we actually happened to have the costume for it and was able to dress her up, and she was just grinning ear to ear. And honestly, it was just such a blessing, and it really touched me because it reminded me of that our kids need that model to them too, to have vision and to dream and to have quality time together, that we could even do that in the mornings. I didn't have that 9 to 5 to have to be at this morning, so I got to spend a little bit of extra time with her and just love on our oldest daughter and get her all dressed up to be Elsa, and just seeing her smile was so priceless. And we got to stop and have breakfast together. I took the baby to the caregiver, and the oldest and I just had a little bit of time together. We didn't have a place we had to be right away before school, so I got to connect with her, my 6-year-old, almost 7-year-old. I can't believe it. This year she's almost 7, but we got to have that connection together, and it was just a huge honor and a huge blessing. And I just was so grateful about not having to go to that 9 to 5 and about not having to deal with the things that so many parents have to deal with, not being there for their kids, and you do what you have to do. I'm not slamming people that work outside of the home at all. My parents had to work outside of the home. My husband works outside of the home. But just being able to be here for them and have that quality time with them. And it reminded me of, gosh, it's not just about being a princess and having a dream. It's about so much more than that. It's about who you're becoming and how you're growing. And could I have seen the house and spending time with my kids like this in the last, 6-7 years? Maybe not. It really took some time for my dream to come true. But you know what? I continue to take steps towards that. I didn't give up on my dreams. I had a vision and I took steps towards seeing it through. So I just want to encourage you by bringing just a little bit of value on a couple of tips and tools that might be useful for you as you continue to build your dream. And the first thing is to have a dream. Dreams are extremely important. They show us who we could be and where we're going if we work at it a little bit. So I encourage you to figure out, what is your why? What do you really want to accomplish? What do you really want to achieve? What do you really want to do? And then I want you to ask yourself, are you taking steps to go after that goal? And if not, I want you to get out your calendar, your planner, your phone, whatever you use as a tracking device, and look at your schedule. You need some time to be creative and to do something that you love. So if there's a particular part of your dream that you want to work towards, you don't have to do all your dreams at once. Pick one that you would like to really work at and get good at and start taking steps towards that. Even if it's just one day you plan or 1 week you plan, or maybe you spend a month planning and then you start implementing the following month. And just make time little by little every week to see those things come true. Okay? That's what we did. We prayed about our home. Okay, we had our first daughter, and we started really, we kept believing for our home. We took steps towards it. We didn't have a home right away. We had to live in an apartment for a little while, but we took those steps. And then what we did was we just started getting a little bit more serious about what we were looking for in the home, right? And we made that a little bit more specific each time. And we would discuss as a couple, like, okay, I want this in a house, what do you want in a house, right? And my husband and I would go back and forth on that. So I encourage you, if you have a partner and you have a dream and a vision, discuss that. That would be the next step. So look at your calendar, then start discussing, back and forth, have that communication, or even as a family. What would you like to do this year? What would you like to accomplish? Maybe it's not one long goal. Maybe it's a goal that you have every year, like such as a vacation spot, or maybe you do some home improvement for the house or something special with the kids, or, whatever that looks like as a parent to keep moving forward, right? You want to always have something to work towards, right? So you'll want to stay focused with that. The other thing is making that vision specific, right? So at first it was X amount of bedrooms, X amount of bathrooms, and that went to, I want some hardwood in my floor. I want, X amount of footage in my yard. I want to be able to plant X, Y, Z, flowers, or I want to be able to have a garden. And, I want this type of land and this type of soil, and maybe we should have it elevated so that way, our land's not too flat, things like that, that we just wanted to really focus on and make sure we had. And we kept doing that for a number of years, and we eventually started looking for that home. Okay, and we would make time, at least a few times a week that we could sit down as a family, we could discuss what that looked like, and we could do that together. Okay, so that was another step that we took. And then from there, once we had those things implemented and we had those things put in place, okay, we started going out and looking at the home. So you see a progression. When you take time to write down what you want, or creative time, or you start implementing it, you'll see the progression of the vision manifesting and coming to pass, meaning it's happening, it's showing up in your life as fruit. It's something good in your life. It's purposeful, it's positive, it's feeding you, it's encouraging you to continue to take action, which is what a dream does, right? It is and does, right? And so we continue to take those steps until we ended up, we saw some homes, and some didn't feel like home, some we thought were going to be home and then didn't. But then God had the perfect home in mind for us. And when it was time, it came about in such a way that it really was a dream that came true. It wasn't any longer just a wish. It was a dream that actually came to pass. And we got to move into this house. We got to make this house ours. So I just encourage you, lead with purpose, lead with vision. Take time to work on those goals. Write them into your schedule. Don't give up and quit just because it doesn't go your way. Stay the course. And over time, you will begin to see your dream progress until it becomes that reality for you. I hope that this helped you. And stay tuned. Tomorrow we're going to do another video. I'm going to try to do it right around the same time. I'm going to leave my contact information in the comment section. Also, don't forget I have that VIP list so we can stay connected. Don't forget to look for that link in the comment section as well. And until tomorrow, have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.